petroleum town up in northern Alberta, Canada. About 90,000 people live and work there. And it was overtaken by wildfire in one day on May 3rd, 2016, driving the biggest, most rapid evacuation due to a fire in modern times. And what we saw there were a suite of conditions, Michael, that we're seeing all across Canada and really around the world now, and that is freakishly high, record-breaking temperatures coupled with record low humidity. So there in Fort McMurray, you had 90-degree plus temperatures, where this is northern Canada we're talking about, and relative humidities comparable to that in Death Valley. And that creates really explosive conditions. And then you had houses in whole neighborhoods burning to the ground practically in minutes, and really a series of serial firestorms that swept through the city for days, in fact.
Help us connect the dot to climate change and how climate change is making all of this worse.
Yeah, I mean, CO2 and methane are greenhouse gases emitted by industrial fossil fuel burning, which we've been doing 24/7 for about 150 years now, pretty relentlessly. And that has built up in our lower atmosphere to the point that it's retaining heat in ways that it didn't used to. And so we're seeing that in Phoenix right now. We're seeing that in Miami right now. We're even seeing that in Vancouver, where I live in Canada. It's 5 or 10 degrees hotter than normal. And when you have heat, you also have a lot of evaporation. Just, put your laundry out on a hot day, it's going to dry a lot faster than it will on a cool, cloudy day. So forests are similar. They dry out in hotter temperatures much more quickly. And so you have these forests that are drying out and much more susceptible to fire than they might have been 10 or 20 years ago. And the fires that are now able to burn there are able to do so much more ferociously because it's so dry and so warm. The fire has to do much less work. It can just devote all its energy to combusting and burning and spreading. And that's what it's doing really around the clock now in Canada. We've never seen anything like this.
So you have these climate activists, trying to sound the alarm of irreversible change. Is that right? Number one, is this as bad as it get, or could it get worse?
Well, Michael, it's activists are just one piece of it. Honestly, climate scientists have been sounding the alarm about climate change and the risks it poses to our livelihoods and our forests and our daily lives for the past 50 or 70 years even. It's really been in the news and on the table for a long time, and it's just hard for people to really focus on it, it seems, until their own neighborhood is in flames. And frankly, more and more people are having that experience of being driven from their homes by evacuation, driven from their homes by smoke. And as so many people on the East Coast have now been experiencing, smoke and heat, the likes of which they have really never seen before. And so it's a wake up, and climate scientists and many activists have been awake for a long time, and now ordinary citizens are really literally feeling the heat now in ways that we never have.